Sure.
Yay.
Yeah.
Sandy, how are
Yay!
you?
I'm good. How are you? It seems like forever since we've done this show.
I know. What is up with that? I think it was another 2 weeks went by. We're busy
I
people.
know.
Why are we so busy?
I don't know, but it's ridiculous.
It kind of really is. Hold on, I have to turn some more lights on back here. There we go. Now
Yeah.
my set is properly configured.
All right. Well, you got me in the square.
Yes, you have been a busy little bee, haven't you? You've been
Oh, yes.
trucking
I'm
across the
finally
country.
home, Virginia. I was in Nashville. Uh Seems like it was last week, but it was actually the week before. So, I wish I could have done something. Hi, Marilyn. Hello.
Marcus is here.
And
Yeah,
I thought it was Maryland. See,
it
I need to put my glasses
it
on.
does have an M as the first letter of the
I'm
first
sorry,
name,
Marcus. I
so
couldn't see. Hi, Marcus. How are you doing?
I think Marcus was
So,
channeling Marilyn through him, so
was he? Was he? Oh, okay.
that could have
Well,
been.
Marcus, have you ever been to Nashville, Tennessee? Wondering. I stayed in a KOA, the Nashville KOA, and it's right next to Opryland. And I got an RV space because they didn't have any campsite spaces, which was great because I had a U-Haul and I had to back it in. And the guy, he takes you around the RV thing, and here I am in a SUV with a U-Haul trailer, and he's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" Right? And so I have my pop-up tent with me, and of course I've got all these belongings with me in the back, and they're like, "Well, you're not going to sleep in your car, are you?" And I was like, "No, I've got a pop-up tent." So I popped up the tent, and then I had all of these pillows and comforters and stuff, and I threw it all in there. And then I took a lamp and an extension cord because it was an RV electric hookup. I made it, if I would have had a television, I could have actually, sat in there and watched the television as well. So I felt like it was like the most glamping I'd ever done. So cool. But the problem was everybody's like, "Well, aren't you going to go somewhere in Nashville?" I'm like, "I can't. My car is attached to a U-Haul trailer. I can't go anywhere."
Oh my
So
goodness.
I stayed on the KOA, not knowing they had this really nice pool and they had movie night and they were playing a movie, and I missed out on all of it.
Oh
And
no.
instead, I sat in the camper and read a book. How about
Well,
or can't or the in the tent. But I have to admit, I did go try to sleep in my car like middle of the night because I was really uncomfortable. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I haven't slept on the ground in a tent in years."
wow.
On the ground. I was like, "Ah!"
I
So
have
how
to.
about you? When was the last time you went on a pop-up tent?
Oh, that's not a pretty story. That's when my wife and I learned that we are not outdoor
Campers.
activity people. Yeah, it
You learned it then, huh?
yes. Ever since then, it has to be Wi-Fi and indoor plumbing. Like that's the standard.
Well, I had both. I
Okay.
mean, I had Wi-Fi, and then there was a pool, and there was plumbing and a shower and the whole deal.
Now, now here's the deal. Towards the end of this month, I'm going to a party in the country, upstate New York. This guy has
Okay.
a 250-foot slip and slide that he makes, and it
Oh
is
my god.
epic. He's got about 150, 200 people show up, and a lot of people just camp on the grounds afterwards. And
Right.
I'm going to attempt to do that. Some people sleep in their car. Some people, what I saw a hammock at
Oh yes.
Costco, and I think I'm just going to buy myself a portable, not the kind that you tie to two trees, but it has its own
Right.
sort of metal things. And so I
Yes.
think I think I'm going to buy one of those and then just sleep in the hammock over
Yes.
overnight. That way I'm up off
Because
the
I tried
ground.
to sleep in the car and it was actually more uncomfortable. I went back to the tent, believe it or not. I got better sleep in the tent than I did in the car.
Look
So,
at John.
just saying.
250-foot slip and slide may or may not be approved by OSHA. This thing is incredible. He rigs up the hoses through plastic PVC pipe over the slip and slide, so it trickles down
Oh
on
my
4 different
gosh.
spots down the hill.
Oh my gosh.
And the landing part, you've got a long strip where it's horizontal to kind of slow
Does he
down.
make you sign a waiver?
No, it's
Oh.
all pretty shady, and
Oh.
there's
I'd
even
be like, okay, you're gonna do this. You're gonna sign a waiver. You're not suing me. No,
yeah, on
it's homemade, man.
toward the end of the flat part, there's a little indentation, and the water pulls up there about 4 inches. We call it the deceleration pond of awesomeness, because the big guys like me, that weigh 200 some pounds, we get like max speed going down there, and we hit that 4 inches of water, and it's like whoosh. It's a
That
lot
sounds
of fun.
awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
Well, I'm getting ready to put together a summer waves easy set pool, but yet it's not so easy because you got to put a filter on it and you got to put gaskets and things, and oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Do you,
I know.
do you have Teflon tape? You need a lot of that.
Teflon tape. No, I don't.
to put around the threads of the fitting so that water doesn't leak through the
Oh.
screwed in parts.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I'm not looking at the comments. I should.
Marilyn
Hi,
popped
JV.
in.
And Marcus. And Marcus says he's never been to the US. I didn't know that, Marcus.
Yeah,
Well,
Marcus, we got to
when you
fix
come
that.
over, let us know.
Yeah, you got to get over here. We're very friendly.
Yeah.
We'll have you.
That's right. So, all right. Let's see.
I'm sure there's some
if it
trouble we
wasn't
can
for
get
that
into.
horse, I would have finished college. Huh?
That
was-
is an obligatory.
It's a movie line, I'm sure.
No.
Huh?
That went viral. That comment went viral on Reddit because someone put that in a comment thread of an article, and no one could figure out what she meant by it. And she never commented. It was just like one account, one comment. That's all she put. And we were like, what? And there was a video game that I played, and the little creatures would do little word bubbles and talk to you. And in the word bubble was that exact comment. Yeah, it's like an internet thing. It's an internet
that
thing.
makes me want to do that now.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go just do one comment because I've never commented on Reddit.
Teflon tape.
I should make up one. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, So yeah, let's see. What else we say? Hi, Marilyn. She is here now. Hello.
Yep, she popped in.
The slip and slide is not approved by OSHA, I'm sure.
No,
Teflon
definitely
tape
not.
for the Teflon Don. Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad you're planning it, Marcus.
Okay, well, keep us posted, Marcus. We'll add to your agenda of awesomeness for sure.
So, what's going on with you this weekend and beyond?
Well, I sort of have an open weekend. There was a festival in Phoenixville where there's a movie theater, a very old movie theater, and the movie theater appeared in a movie. Like they shot a movie in the movie theater, and the movie was called The Blob. Do you remember The Blob?
Oh, I love The Blob.
Yeah, from the 60s or 70s. Yeah.
Oh, that was my favorite.
So there's a scene where the blob comes through the screen.
I remember.
And people run out of the theater.
And all the people,
that was in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. And every year they have a big sci-fi festival with street vendors where you can shop, and then you can go to a double feature at the Colonial Theater, which is the name of the theater. And they play something kitschy and classic and The Blob. So you get to see two movies. And I was going to do that with a bunch of my Rocky Horror Picture Show pals, because I went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show a lot.
Oh, you're one of those.
Oh, yes.
You dress up and you do the things, and you take your newspaper and your rice and your water gun.
Oh yeah, I was a cast member. I acted it out and yeah, it was nuts. It was a whole group of us would go.
Oh, I bet you were
Frankenfurter?
Yep.
A few times. I was mostly Brad.
Oh, you were Brad.
Yeah, mostly Brad. Sometimes I
Okay.
was riffraff, and I did the lips a lot. You know, you just at the begin. That's an easy part because you have 5 minutes in the beginning and then
Exactly.
you're done. Um, it was
Well,
a lot of
I
fun.
had to dress up because I went with some friends and my sister, and I saw at the store she wanted me to dress up with her, and all I came with was I. Luckily, I found like this sign that was the lips, and I just put a string around it and around my neck, and I
Yeah,
went as
there
the
you go.
lips.
Well, if you want to come at the Hershey Theater towards the end of October, they always have Rocky Horror Picture Show, and they have a costume contest, and they have an MC. So it's like
Ah,
there's like a 15 to 20 minute pre-show of activities with at the theater, and then you watch the movie, and it's a lot and they give you the props. You,
that is so
yeah, for
cool.
$5 a bag, you can get the confetti and the cards and the light
Well,
and
I know how to do the time warp, of
oh
course. Let's do the time warp
oh
again.
yeah, baby.
Hello.
No, I'm a big Rocky Horror Picture Show fan.
I did not know that. That's so funny. My sister was the huge, I mean, she saw it over 100 times. She was the one that made me dress up.
Yeah,
I was like, ah.
no,
She was always magenta.
yes, Magenta was fun. She's a fun character.
Magenta.
Columbia and Magenta. Columbia is a good
Yes.
costume. People that wear the Columbia costumes, since it's so gold and sparkly, they usually get the accolades when they're there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, she does. She does. But her hair, she does her hair right and the whole deal. So,
no, had a lot of fun.
yeah,
One
interesting.
of one of my Google Docs is a very public and very well viewed Google Doc, and it's of the not lyrics, the dialogue of the movie,
Oh,
and
okay.
inserted in the dialogue of the movie are the audience participation lines. I've
Oh,
documented every word of the movie,
oh my
what you're
goodness.
supposed to say. Brad, Janet, Dr. Scott,
Shut up.
Rocky.
Where's your neck?
Yeah, the
Where's your
criminologist.
neck?
Dude,
Yeah.
one of my friends looks just like the criminologist.
Does
It
he?
is like
Does he do the
freaky.
little
Yeah.
I take some magnifying glass?
Oh yeah.
Does the and they were going. Yeah. Anyway, I
I
should do that one.
know. He's a cool guy. He does auctions for a living. He's an
Oh,
auctioneer. So he'll go, 400,
that
400,
almost makes
200,
sense.
400.
That
and
almost makes sense.
but you know what else he does? This is super interesting. Are you familiar with Ollie's Bargain Outlet? You
Of
might.
course.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I
they do
I
the
buy my I'm standing on a rug I bought there. Yep.
nice. Well, that whole business model, the unclaimed freight, where people
Oh, I
get
remember.
truckloads of stuff delivered and then they never take it. Someone's
Yes.
got to take that goods, and Ollie's is one of them. This auctioneer guy that I know that looks just like the criminologist from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, that's what he does too. He
Oh, wow.
he has truckloads full of merchandise, and it's a lot of food. Like one time we went to a picnic, he brought a pallet of like bagged snack food, and it was all like within 3 weeks of expiring. He's like, I got to get rid of it. It was chips and pretzels and stuff, like it was all unclaimed freight, but it was still.
That's crazy.
You meet these crazy people. I love meeting people and figuring out how they move through the world and how they make a living and
Right.
what they do. I'm like, this guy buys unclaimed freight and then resells it at retail. Like Ollie's, but he doesn't have a store. It's just him somehow.
Oh.
Somehow he makes it work. I don't fully understand all the ins and outs, but yeah, it's kind of crazy.
So, all right. Marilyn gave us a heart. That's sweet.
I love the Purple
And
Heart.
you guys have so much fun. Does he mean we have so much fun on the show or we have so much fun in the US?
Who
Hmm.
knows?
I don't know, Marcus.
Probably both is what he's getting at.
You know?
Marcus, you're right. We do have so much fun in
But I'd
general.
like to go where he's at. So, in
Yeah,
fact, a friend of mine is there right now.
unclaimed
Yeah.
freight, and we can pass the savings on to the consumer. Yes, that's how to do it.
Yes.
And this guy also bought. This was one of his failed investments. He bought raw coffee beans, a whole crap ton of it. Brought it over to the United States because, of course, you can't grow it here. Only grows
Right.
around the equator. And then he found someone to roast it. He made the bags, and he had it all back and ground it up, roasted it and ground it up, and then tried to sell it. And nobody wanted it.
Why?
He wanted to start a coffee company. I don't know. This guy's nuts.
Nobody wanted it?
I don't think
Who
he
doesn't
sold
want coffee? What's
very
wrong
many
with
of them.
them?
I don't know.
Were they scared about the way he roasted?
I don't know. It just didn't
Or he was
resonate
scared
with the
about the
public.
beans?
End of Trading is here. Hello.
Hi, End of Trading.
Welcome
Hello,
to the
hello.
super terrific awesome show.
Super terrific awesome show. So
Hey,
what else is going on that's super terrific awesome?
Tuesday I'll be at a concert. 80s hair bands, baby.
Awesome. I know. I'm sad. I wish I were going.
Yeah. Well, you have a seat.
It's this thing called work.
I know.
Stupid work.
This was a concert that was supposed to happen in 2020, and they bumped it to 2021. No go. And then they bumped it to 2022, and it's finally happening.
Finally.
Finally.
What an awesome time you're going to have.
Oh, yeah.
I went to a Motley Crue tribute band the other night on Thursday.
Nice.
I went on Thursday. Then I went to a Led Zeppelin one on Saturday.
Oh, hold on. Well, hold on. You're
going
too fast. You're going too fast.
Huh?
You're going too fast. So let's back it up.
That?
The Motley Crue cover band, was the front man blonde?
Yes.
Okay. Were they good?
Of course.
Were they good?
Oh, they were really good too. There was hardly anybody at this venue, and they were a traveling one.
Okay.
And then Zoso, which is one of the more popular Led Zeppelin tribute bands that travel and tour, they were at the beach, and it's a free concert. So awesome. Yeah, they did really good. And I was lucky because, I kind of know peoples, and we were at the soundboard, and we got to stand up on the thing. So I got to take a video higher than the people. So
awesome.
That's always good. And then on the trip from the Led Zeppelin one, we walked, and then there was a Beatles tribute one on the beach. So Virginia Beach has stages throughout the summer. One's at 31st, 24th, and then 17th. And then even further down, just depends on how far you go. And so the Beatles tribute band, they were from England. So, and they were pretty cool. I don't know what their name was,
Okay. Led Zeppelin.
I mean, we left Stairway to Heaven, on to Let It Be. So,
Stairway to Heaven. That
cool.
That arrangement is so popular. That guitar arrangement. And one of the notes is really controversial. People hardly even can describe what it is, because it's like a flat extend.
Well, yeah, is it a capoed or no?
I don't know, but it's a unusual arrangement of notes that just work so perfectly, and they're also one of the most monetarily successful bands. I mean, just think of the royalties from Led Zeppelin. Like every generation just embraces those songs.
They love them.
Think of all of the middle school dances with Stairway to Heaven. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you saw it in the crowd. So, the guy with the gray hair standing next to the young girl that's got her little hippie dress on, yeah.
I got to tell you something about Stairway to Heaven. It has always fascinated me that the song starts out slow and ends up fast rock and roll. Okay?
Yeah.
So when you're with a girl, when do you stop slow dancing and when do you start fast dancing? Now, before you answer, it is not when the drums come in. That is not the right answer. It happens sometimes after the first drum crash. And I want to analyze hundreds of thousands of dances and chart when the couples stop slow dancing and start fast dancing. That's what I want to do.
Well, okay. So in that transition, what do you think you would do?
Well,
I already know because I've danced it.
Okay, let me give you my answer, and we'll give you your answer next. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think the
Go ahead.
appropriate thing to do, and again, when exactly you should make these moves is unknown to mankind. But then you sort of drop your hands around the waist and put space between you, and then you just kind of go back and forth, kind of medium fast,
Nah.
until you start fast dance. Okay, what's your answer?
Well, that's a great time to separate and then swing the girl, twirl her around, and then swing her back, and then you start into the fast part
But
because
see,
then
that
it
that
separates
transition
you
only
two.
takes a couple seconds. There is
Right.
there's probably a minute and a half full of not slow, not fast.
That's why you transition by doing, you stop the slow dancing, you swing her around, okay, and then you create the space, and then you just sway.
Okay, effectively, what you're saying is, with the
Mhm.
exception of those 3 seconds, it is all slow dance and all fast dance. But that's not the tempo of the song. The song is slow, this in between state, which is more than 3 seconds, and then fast. It's like,
Well,
what do you do?
that's called the drink time. Yeah. Swing her out, make her stop, hand her a drink, you both drink, and then you go into it.
Okay,
That's what you
so
do.
you treat it as 2 songs with a break in between. Got it.
Yes.
That is probably
Yeah.
the most intelligent answer I've ever heard for this conundrum. You win one pat on the back, Sandy Archer,
Oh,
but
thank
you'll have to
you.
administer it to yourself. So,
Do you know what one is really hard to dance to?
what's that?
Is LA Woman by The Doors. OMG. That
Oh,
is a really hard song to dance to in front of a band. Like to do the dance the whole time is just absolutely ridiculous. And I've done it, so that's why I know.
yeah. That pacing is very unique on that song.
LA Woman. Yeah. Oh my gosh. LA Woman is such an awesome song. I'm not a huge Doors fan, not really.
Well, I
But
did Light My
LA
Fire on
Woman,
the
I just
piano.
love
It was
that song.
difficult.
Have you tried to play it?
I did it. It gets on piano awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I
Light My
didn't
Fire.
know.
And I even did the do 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 do, that fast part. Yeah.
LA Woman?
No, Light My Fire.
Yeah, see, that's a different song.
I know, but I'm just saying I did a Doors
That's
song on the
awesome.
piano.
That's awesome.
Not
That's
LA
I
Woman.
have to go find it now. Okay, so let's see. Venture Forward says, is that more paso doble or cha cha cha? Yeah. And would Bruno or Len give that? Yes, I know. Len, I think Len. It's really funny. I mean, Small World is is what's the guy's name? Oh my goodness. Dean. Oh, what is his name? Now I forget. I forget people's names. I hate to say that.
That's all right.
When I was in Kansas City, I knew a couple whose daughter is dating the Dancing with the Stars guy, the young one. Yeah. Isn't that weird? It's like small world, like, oh yeah, my daughter's dating him
Oh,
out in
yeah.
LA. Okay.
Yeah.
It's kind of just weird. I love dance. So I'm a dancer. So I'm not a musician, I'm a dancer. So
Okay.
I I I love the transitions of music and the different rhythms and the different um my friend, she was playing last week reggae, and I forgot how much I loved reggae. Like, I love reggae.
I used to put
Like,
a
I
lot
forget.
I used to put a lot of reggae under my woodworking videos, but it wasn't like full on reggae, but it was like the genre of reggae, and
Mhm.
it was very popular. People like that
Yeah,
back in the
Rebel
day.
what is it? Rebel Nation or yeah, they're really good. Um and of course Bob Marley, you can't beat any Bob Marley song. In fact, I had a show this last week, my first show in a while. Um this past week. So I have another show now. So there you are.
Oh, you mean a YouTube show?
Yeah, Chick
Oh,
Chat KC. Chick Chat. Chick Chat.
Chick
So
chat.
chick chat,
Yeah, yeah.
KC, and
I saw
yeah,
you looking for I saw a marketing post about that. And you're like, you
I
don't have to be a
did.
chick. I saw
You
that.
don't have to be a chick to come in and chat. So,
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna. It's kind of a laid back one like this one, where it's not so serious. Like my other ones are more serious. So,
What some of the topics you talk about?
well, that's what I mean. Dating, food, uh, places to eat, that kind of thing. You
Okay.
know, good, just movies, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of like what we talk
Keep me
about here.
posted when you have them, and I'll swing
Yeah,
by.
come on, yeah. So yes, I did see a movie this last weekend. Another one. Of
What'd you
course,
see?
I've seen Maverick twice because I love it. Love it. I'm gonna see it
Nice.
one more time.
Okay.
But I saw Elvis. I
There's a
saw the
movie called
Elvis.
Elvis.
You didn't know there's a movie out about Elvis?
No,
What?
no.
Oh my goodness.
Does he
It's
eat it?
it's matching Maverick right now. It's like
Wow.
yeah, you didn't know. Did you all know that, everyone? You didn't
Does the
know about the
Elvis on
Elvis
screen
movie?
eat a peanut butter and banana sandwich?
He did not. It was an interesting it was written in the view of the manager
Hmm.
instead of in the view of Elvis. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
It's an interesting view.
Did Elvis buy him a
So,
car? Elvis used to buy a lot of people in his orbit a car.
yeah. Yeah. But it was kind of a sad view at the same time, kind of in a way. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Good deal.
I've
See a
been watching all
movie.
kinds of weird things this last week. So,
I love how things are starting to open back up and getting back to normal. Maverick, Shalalala Productions. That's Robert
hi,
Lee.
Shalalala
Oh, the Tom Cruise
Productions.
film was thinking the
Robert.
one with James
Oh,
Garner.
Elvis. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So it was in the Colonel, what was his name? Colonel Parker's view.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting.
Elvis is an interesting character. The world was not ready for Elvis. He really tore into the
Well,
scene.
he didn't understand where he was coming from either. He was
Mhm.
kind of mixed up about that himself.
I'll
You
never
know,
forget Tipper Gore. She quoted Elvis in her campaign to put the parental advisory stickers on albums, which just meant it was guaranteed to go gold. Like every album, like you didn't buy an album unless it had the parental advisory sticker on it. Like totally
oh,
backfired.
what was it? Who was it that went up against her? Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
Dee Snider, Twisted Sister. Yep.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yes, he
My
did.
knowledge of rock and roll stars that have been in front of a congressional hearing is beyond compare. Like Metallica complained to Congress. Like I don't know.
Didn't you too?
They got called up there too. Yeah.
You too.
Metallica did it because they were complaining about Napster. They were like,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen of the
Napster.
Congress, we're multi millionaires, and people are stealing our 25-cent songs. I was like, yeah, it's, Lars,
Yeah,
you're
but
not
I have to
looking too
admit
good.
that's not right. It wasn't right.
I never did like that. And they finally got everyone who downloaded a Metallica song, their accounts shut down on Napster, and they were celebrating. You know what everyone did? 5 seconds later, they created new Napster accounts. It was like totally not a win at all.
Oh no, I didn't
I never
even see. I
forgave it.
was totally out of the loop about that. I think I was like had kids and sports
Yeah.
or something.
It's like
I
there's
don't
a
think
couple
I was.
Metallica albums, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, maybe Injustice for, and then it just gets nah, just no. Metallica,
Yeah.
no. Give me the old stuff.
Really?
I'm
Really?
not a new Metallica fan. I don't like their material.
Okay, so the clincher question, Nickelback.
God. Do you remember that Facebook page? It was like can this Facebook page get more likes than Nickelback? And the banner was a pickle. They called it Pickleback. And it was a phenomenon because, Nickelback had 1 million likes, and it was like 800,000 likes. Or telling your friends, you gotta upvote this Pickleback page.
That's funny. What about you guys? Nickelback?
No, no. Nickelback's no.
Come on. I'm a rocker girl, and I'm sorry. I do like Nickelback.
Oh, Sandy. Cringe.
I know. I'm sorry.
My heart. My heart.
Shame.
How can I go into this weekend knowing this fact about you?
Chad, I love you. Chad, I love you.
The lead singer of Nickelback was shoulder to shoulder with Ronald McDonald, and they did like a kids' time Ronald McDonald. Like, you're in a rock and roll band, dude. What are you doing? That's not rock and roll. Anyway.
Well, he married Avril Lavigne. I mean,
Okay, Nickelback is universally seen as.
He's totally mad at me now about this.
No, you like who you like. That's all good.
I do like Nickelback.
They're kind of very.
And we just lost viewers over it. Sorry.
I think so.
Sorry, I think we did.
It's gonna hurt our bottom line.
I think so. It's gonna hurt the.
We're gonna make half as much money from this show. How much are we making now?
I love JV. He has these little zingers. But is that how you remind me?
That's a Nickelback lyric.
I love that song.
Sandy, I think we're over a little bit. We're having so much fun.
Oh my gosh, we need to go. I have to go put a pool together.
Oh, okay. Wear gloves.
A hero can save us. Yep.
And eye protection.
I need a hero.
When you're putting together your pool. All right, everyone. We'll wrap it up here. Right. Thank you for hanging out. We'll leave with the stinger. Bye, everyone. I'm on JV's show after this. Jump over to the Venture Forward. I'll be over there. Bye. Have a great weekend.
Bye, guys.
And I'm just kidding about Nickelback. I still love you, Sandy. So
yeah, whatever.
Have a great one. Okay, bye.